We got a developing situation in Denver as we are now learning the truth about why Michael Malone was fired with just days remaining in the season. As we roll, presented by Anna Jar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. Take a look at this. Owner Josh Kroenke, what do you notice?
This wasn't a decision that was taken lightly or taken as in a reactionary fashion to anything specific.
Yeah, and did you notice the subtle nose brush? In the science of body language, that's a major tell. That subtle gesture actually has huge meaning. According to the Dictionary of Body Language, it's a sneaking nose touch, a pacifying touch, which indicates tension is being masked and the need to convey the perception everything is fine. You look for it in professionals who are accustomed to being in control, but are under stress. And it's often seen in poker players trying to hide a weak hand. Yeah, and then he let this fascinating bit slip.
Certain trends that were very worrisome to me at different points in time, but they would get masked by a few wins here and there.
Which is fascinating because it means ownership was afraid that if the Nuggets did well, they'd be stuck with Malone again. Meanwhile, Kendrick Perkins confirms it. Nikola Jokic was in on this.
Nowhere in hell you can make me believe with a player to that stature that he didn't have anything or say in far as Michael Malone being fired.
Clearly, Jokic had to be okay with it. He'll have to love who the new head coach is.
Yeah, and then Perkins confirms it. Malone had lost his star and this locker room a long time ago.
He's been lost the ears of this locker room.
Wow.
We have been seeing the frustration in Nikola Jokic.
And you can understand why. Jokic, this month, a 45-point triple-double with no wins and the coach fired. Meanwhile, the report suggests that he was frustrated with the Nuggets' defensive performance, according to The Athletic. Yeah, and here's why the problem with defense became a problem.
I always say, if you want to see how a team feels about their coach, watch their effort and watch them defensively. How many times has Michael Malone had to call his team out for not competing at a high level on the defensive side of things?
Yeah, and the numbers do not lie.
They're now in the bottom half in the league in defensive rating.
Yeah, but hang on, because we now have the exact moment Malone got himself fired. As we continue, presented by Bud's Chicken and Seafood. Order it online at budschicken.com. Listen closely to what Malone said about his own team just 2 weeks ago.
Have some pride. I didn't think we played with any pride tonight.
Wow.
I feel like they took that.
I really care.
Yeah, and then about his own brutal honesty.
It was a brutally honest message, and the guys that are full of won't hear it. You know, they'll say coach is tripping.
And then what he said about his own players' work ethic.
Nobody watches film.
Whoa.
So we'll have to show them the film.
This post sums it up perfectly. The press conference video was pretty damning. There was no coming back from that. He lost the team and wasn't afraid to say it publicly, knowing full well the consequences.
This is stunning for him because he's the winningest coach in Denver Nuggets franchise history.
Fact.
He just led them to a championship in 2023.
Fact.
This is tied for the latest coaching change ever made.
Yeah, but hold on, because we're now hearing this was done to keep Jokic. As we continue, presented by Lindstrom Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Serving South Florida for 50 years. We love those guys. Kendrick Perkins on the Nuggets. Real focus here.
They're saying, we got Nikola Jokic. We got to make sure we protect him. We got to make sure that he retire as a Denver Nugget.
Yeah, but Paul Pierce believes Jokic still wants out.
And I wouldn't be shocked if Joker demands trade this summer.
No, we got an opening in LA for a big.
Yeah, and it's funny Keyshawn mentions the Lakers. Sportsbook Bovada has listed the Lakers as Joker's likely next team, followed by two teams that play in Serbia. The question is on the board. Question, what role did Jokic actually play in the firing of Michael Malone? I'm not saying he demanded it or even asked for it, but he definitely okayed it. He definitely approved it. You don't make this kind of move without your franchise superstar on board. And speaking of which, when the season ends, we may never see Jokic again. He may go back to Serbia to his horses and say, you know what? I'm good, thanks. I would not be shocked. Speaking of shocked, you will be if your AC breaks, and you'll be inconvenienced as well. Don't let that happen. Call Lindstrom Air Conditioning and Plumbing. 50 years in South Florida. They're going to come check everything out and make sure it never happens. Go online to lindstromair.com. Hit like, hit subscribe right now, and comment. I reply to them all. Because every day above ground is a good day. Some are just more questionable than others. Say goodnight to the bad guy.